Hi, and welcome to Westside's February Children's Art Class. This month we are talking about Faith Ringgold and her story quilts. We will be making a collage based on Faith Ringgold's flag story quilt. Now, normally we just cover how to make our project. This month we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. Before we get into how to make our collage, I am going to show a short video that tells you some things about Faith Ringgold and her works. Faith Ringgold is a visual artist who is best known for her story quilts. She began her career in the 1960s and continued on through the 1970s, where her work centered around themes from the Civil Rights Movement. Starting in the 1980s, Faith Ringgold began producing works in a new medium. These are her story quilts. These works of art combine painting, quilt making, and the written word. A story quilt is an art quilt that tells a story that is obvious to anyone who is viewing it. It can be used to tell stories to children at nighttime or leave a legacy for future generations. It can be used to make a political statement, share a part of history, or share your values. It can tell a joke or even a funny story. What makes a story quilt is that it tells someone's story. In 1985, Faith Ringgold made a piece titled Flag Story Quilt, which inspires our collages. The flags were created from hand-painted papers. The text on the white strips has the lyrics to "This Land is Your Land" and "America the Beautiful." To learn more about Faith Ringgold and her art, follow the link below to see an interview with Faith Ringgold. Faith Ringgold, besides being a visual artist, is known as an author and illustrator of children's books. Tar Beach, based on the story quilt of the same name, gained Miss Ringgold a Caldecott Medal for the artwork in the book. The Harlem Renaissance Party takes readers on a journey through the Harlem Renaissance, and If a Bus Could Talk tells the story of Rosa Parks. These and other titles by Miss Ringgold can be found at the Rapides Parish Library. All right, so today we are going to be making a collage based on Faith Ringgold's story flag quilt. The original was made with paper and textiles. Today, we will be making our collage out of red construction and scrapbook paper, blue construction paper and magazines, and for the wording, we have newspaper. You also have a template for the flag collage. Now, you will need scissors to cut your paper with and glue. So the first thing you're going to do is cut up your paper. And basically you're just going to cut it into strips and then cut it into smaller pieces. And you want your collage to have variations in color, so cut up the magazines, cut up the scrapbook paper, and cut up the construction paper. So you have pie piles of stuff that you can mix and match. Collages are done with different mediums. Faith Ringgold, she uses paper. She'll use cloth. She actually even paints on them. Today we're using paper. But the idea is that you mix and match, so you want to have variations in the paper you use. So see, like our blue is we're gonna have like 2 different blues. And they're paint on 2 different types of paper. The construction paper is kind of like this dull, faded blue color, but the magazine blue is like this deep blue, and also because it's from a magazine, it's shiny. So you have variations in the color, but also in what the paper looks like. So when you think you have enough, you're ready to start gluing your collage together. So bring back your template. All right, so I am going to start out with my blue pieces. And you're going to need some glue. You can either use like the white school glue or break out the glue sticks. All right, so if you're using school glue, you kind of want to spread it out so it covers the entire place. All right, and then just start gluing down your blue pieces of paper. so now we're going to start in on our stripes. Remember, okay, so the top stripe will be done in red. So our first row of red's done. Now our next line is going to be a line from the newspaper. Yes. All right, so once we have all of our rows of red and newsprint down, we are going to take the Ziploc baggie with white dots and we're going to glue it on the blue to represent the stars on the flag. Okay. Okay. So basically you're just going to take your glue, make some dots. And put your dots. And just remember to make sure your dots are facing a white side up. Okay. Okay. Okay, and you're just going to keep doing this until you have all of your dots done. All right. So, let's see. You'll just keep gluing. Until if you have some glue on your hands and it's started to dry, you can like rub it and it'll form little balls and come off your fingers. All right, and you just keep gluing on your dots. White side facing up. Until until you have filled your blue space with your stars. So this is your flag story quilt. What story do you think this collage makes? What does it say about America? Think about what your story quilt would look like. All right, thanks for joining me for February's class. I hope you enjoyed making our collage based on Faith Ringgold's flag story quilt. Now, Miss Ringgold, besides being a visual artist, is also an illustrator and author of children's books. You can request her books through the Rapides Parish Library online catalog or through a librarian at any branch. Please join me next month for Pop Art Bunnies. All right. Have a great day. Bye.